Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well and having a good day. I hope this week brings you a lot of luck, a lot of love, and a lot of joy. Thank you very much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Now let's get into it. This video is very classified information about the rocket plant. I love rocket, and we find it in salads, especially salads that are from temperate regions around the Middle East, or the Mediterranean Sea, even in East Africa, in countries like Sudan, in Ethiopia, in Egypt. And it's a very powerful and beautiful aroma that rocket has, and a peppery taste. Now, I found an old book that was written by Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jailani, or Mullah Abdul Qadir Jailani, who is one of the very well-known Sufi scholars of old time, and he is actually my ancestor, and his tomb is in Baghdad in Iraq. And I love this guy. He is such a noble and open-minded and loving and kind soul. And he wrote this book, and there's a lot of hoodoo in the book, or a lot of plant powers in the book with the Quran or with the Bible. And we read these ayahs on things like the black seed, for example, when we eat it. Rocket, he says that rocket attracts very powerful love, and if you take a rocket leaf and chew it in your mouth and then say the word Bombay, this attracts love. You just have to say Bombay, and it attracts really powerful love to you. You usually see a result with it within 4 to 6 weeks. And you can bring in the person that you actually want to attract by saying Bombay and then the person's name. For example, Bombay Sarah, or Bombay Maid, or Bombay Ahmed, or whatever the names, or Bombay John, or Bombay Jonathan. You have to have the rocket in your mouth and chew it, or Bombay Justin, whatever. And it's going to be very powerful at attracting the person that you want. It brings the person from where they are through an energy called a barcoter. And the barcoter is an old French term. It's actually, you pronounce it barcoter in old French, and it brings the person through this energy. And it's like the energy of a mermaid. You know, in the sea, like I've said on my channel, there are mermaids. And there's a mermaid kingdom there that's very old, even older than surface dwellers. And it's very real, and people are going to know this one day. It works through the power of mermaids. Mermaids actually help on the surface all the time using their technology, which is from the sea. I've spoken about it before. It's called Mortan. And the Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jailani wrote about this technology in his book. It's called Suhuf al-Abraham, or the pages of Al-Abrahams. That's how you would translate it. Now, this energy of the mermaids has a lot to do with communication and telecommunication and phones, because mermaid tails have the dorsal fin of the mermaid tail creates an energy that interferes with communication in a positive way. So it will strengthen good communication and cut off negative communication. The mermaids need it in the sea because they basically swim in a certain direction to reach a certain place, and they should not be disturbed in the water. There are all kinds of technologies around us in the sky and on earth and deep in the earth as well. And these technologies can affect the path that the mermaids take. Now, the other thing that I want to say about the rocket plant as well is that it's very sacred to mermaids. So if you like rocket salad, you might have mermaid lineages in your family, like I do. And I'm very proud to say that I do have mermaid lineages in my family. So notice, if you like rocket, then you have mermaid lineages. And my lineage is from a family called Bundagar, and they are the ruling royalty monarchs of the Adriatic Sea, and they are very powerful mermaids. Now, I also have mermaid lineages from the North Sea, or close to Sweden, And we have this in our family history. We can't write it, obviously, for everyone to read officially, but we know that for sure, and we have the documents from the ocean. They're actually made from the ocean, made up and written. They're from the ocean, like birth certificates and so on, and they're much more advanced than the surface. So these people, the sea dwellers are, or the mermaids themselves, are much more advanced than the surface. My ancestor fell in love with my granddad after he used the rocket plant to attract love. You can use it to attract love generally by just putting it in your mouth and saying bug bug. And bug bug will make you attract love generally, and you should see a result within 4 to 6 weeks. Now, when it comes to things like money and finances, you put rocket in your mouth or in your purse or inside your phone. For example, we keep money in our phones, and you say bondi bog, and that attracts money to you. After saying these specific words, read from the Quran, Surah Az-Zukhruf. Surah Az-Zukhruf in Al Quran is extremely powerful, and it is one of the surahs that if you read regularly, it creates big breakthroughs in your life. The reason is because Surah Az-Zukhruf in all traditions, Sufi traditions, means the decoration of the mermaid's tail. So it is Surah Az-Zukhruf. And some people know this. Many people of like old school sheikhs and old school people who are actually very well versed in spiritual Islam know that Surah Az-Zukhruf means the mermaid's tail, the decoration on the mermaid's tail. And decorations on mermaid tails have really powerful connotations. So the queen will usually have 9 prongs on her tail. The principal mermaid of all of the oceans, of all creations, and there is only one, has 9 prongs on her tail, and then they split into multiples of 9 after that. So she has an infinite number. Now, mermaids are real. They're flesh and blood like me and you, and rocket is sacred to them. And if you read Surah Az-Zukhruf with it, which is one of the chapters of the Quran, then you will actually achieve something really huge in your life. It's going to create a breakthrough, and your wish might come true. A wish that you really wanted for a long time might come true. So do that for me. Also from the Bible, if you read verses 9 of the Old Apostolic Bible, and I learned this from our family. We have French ancestry as well, and our Christian relatives read from the Bible. Obviously, as Muslims, we love the Bible because it is from God Himself, and we use it to heal ourselves as well, and we read it. And it's something that's very spiritual to us, and we revere it a lot. We treat it the same way as we would treat the Quran, because it's a holy book from God Himself. And we see it as something extremely blessed. I've used it a lot, and I know that it has so much power. If you read it with an open mind and a good heart and love geared towards humanity and towards everyone, it will create so many huge breakthroughs in your life. And it is something that is part of Basarat Sayyidina al-Masih sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, or the healing of the Christ. So we know that Al-Injil is a book, or the Bible is mentioned in the Quran as one of the holy books, and we have to believe in them so that we can enter Jannah or be in heaven after we pass on. So it's important to know that if you read verse 9 of chapter 11 of the Old Apostolic Bible, or Psalm 31 on the rocket, it can do whatever you want to attract money or to attract love. You can also become more beautiful by using rocket. Just put it inside your mouth completely, chew on it 3 times, and then say the word butok. If you do that, you will find that your beauty is going to appear, and your natural beauty is going to shine like crazy, and people are going to be giving you comments and and telling you, oh my God, you look so gorgeous and stuff like that, and it's really going to work. So That's all I have for you today. I thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. I do love you all. For all of my subscribers, you're like a family to me. And I will never desert you. I'm always going to be here. I want you all to like, share, subscribe, and to please come to me for readings and work if you need so. Just email me at Quranicverses6@gmail.com or at monteseer7@gmail.com. And I love you all so much again. And I will say merci beaucoup pour toute attendance. Merci beaucoup pour tout vous, mon channel. And I will see you guys soon. Big kiss. Mwah.